I was seemingly cursed with the ability to attract men. A few good men, more bad men, even some married men, just men. I was told so often that I was beautiful that I came to believe it was just another lie, another come-on. Until much later in life, when one man caused me to believe it was actually true. But the job itself lasted, and I survived out on my own. One day, I spotted an open, good-looking face scrutinizing our microbrew list. That face looked up as I approached, and as our gazes locked, so did our destinies. He brought me home to meet his widowed mother, to whom he was unusually devoted, and also his brother, Mel, who was his closest friend in the world. Lonnie became my husband, and they became my family. I finally belonged. It was wonderful. Then, only 3 years later, Mel's vibrant face had cruelly morphed into the death mask now lying next to me, and Lonnie was a crushed soul in a bar somewhere, unable to face either his dying brother, his heartbroken mother, or his disappointed wife. Oh, I looked away, unable to bear the sight on the hospital pillow. Just a few feet away, sitting in the chair beside him, was his mother, Naomi, trying to read a novel. Anytime Mel's wife, Orpah, vacated that spot, Naomi would occupy it in seconds. Whether Orpah only left for a quick bathroom break or an afternoon shift of unavoidable work, as was the case at the moment, no sliver of time was too short for Naomi to be nearer her son. Orpah would never see her make her way into it, only scurry out as soon as she returned, always with a kind apology. Naomi would then retake her seat and resume what she had done almost non-stop during her long years of isolation in that Vegas apartment, reading voraciously. Naomi was such a prolific reader that both Orpah and I were shocked to learn, not long after meeting her, that the well-spoken Naomi was actually an 8th-grade dropout who had sharpened her mind through the consumption of thousands of library books over the years. Naomi was losing a son, and Orpah was losing a husband. Both of them knew that the two dreadful experiences were only inches apart in the realm of emotional agony. Naomi was doubly aware of this because, not so many years before, she had lost her own husband. That's right. The wasted body now before her was the next to last member of a once thriving family, including her good-looking husband and a pair of strapping sons, boys she once shook her head at with the bemused smile of a mother, barely concealing her pride in the energy and invincibility of her men. Her Eli had passed on just 3 years before, slumped forward of a heart attack at the massive Hotel Bellagio check-in counter, where he had been employed for going on 6 years. He had worked his way into management, only to die before enjoying the benefits. Both Lonnie and his brother, Mel, were in construction, helping support themselves and their mother after their father's death. The two brothers were so close they seemed to function as a single unit. If you knew one, you knew the other. That's why my marriage to Lonnie also led to a warm friendship with Mel. In fact, the four of us often went out together, preferring one another's company to all others. But today, with the liver disease ravaging his brother, Lonnie remained at work on the girders, desperately trying to keep the family afloat. Naomi had become too fragile and emotionally scattered to work. During the day, Lonnie had been too concerned with earning a wage to ask for time off to see his brother in the hospital. Sometimes it seemed he and I merely passed like the proverbial ships in the night, scarcely aware of each other or our marriage any longer. And yet I knew Lonnie loved me intensely. So intense was that love that I was hardly aware of the pain from my past. He had healed so much with his unwavering affection. Lonnie was a good man, with bad faults and an occasional penchant for bad decisions, yet I adored him for the way he loved me. That's one thing I learned from this family, how to love while in pain. Now, Lonnie was drowning in a new pain of his own, and I felt powerless to help him. He could barely make himself look at the wasted shell of a man who was his beloved brother. The nurse gently placed Mel's wrist on his stomach and gave me a somber look. "Any preference for last rites?" she asked softly.